Hey, thanks for watching the Rock Roost podcast. If you like everything that we do here, make sure to like, follow, subscribe, and do all the things. Dustin?
I didn't think you were ever going to get done. We're on all major platforms. This is Derek. This is my brother, Derek. And then behind the scenes is Fatty.
What up?
Does not hurt his feelings. That's his name. It's been his name since,
Yeah.
since
Hey, I love it,
7th
man.
grade.
You know,
So
I love it. I'm from New Orleans, so I mean, nicknames are everything where I'm from. So
Hell yeah.
that's exactly right.
I love it. I love it. Nice to meet you guys, and I do appreciate you guys taking the time to chat with me too. So,
Yeah.
appreciate you having me on.
Absolutely, man.
absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, we'll go ahead and get started. So, Derek,
So, you earlier this year, you just came out with your single Golden Child. That is a hell of a song.
oh God, it rocks.
Oh my God.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
So, is there a backstory or something you can elaborate on with the song?
Yeah, I mean, I try not to go too deep into what songs are to me, just so that
Sure.
they don't change the opinion of the listener for their own situational epiphanies, as it were. Sometimes, like I've heard songs in my mind that are like, I think they're one thing, and then someone says what it's about. I'm like,
Yeah,
you know,
I've done the
like,
same
ah.
thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
yeah. So for me, it's kind of like a look at life in a different perspective of, I think a lot of times we cling to people, our ideas of people instead of the actual people. Um, like there's someone that you always looked up to, or there's always someone that you've held in such a high regard that you can't see that that's not who they become. So it's a lot easier to just say, all right, then, go do your thing. So I don't know. It's hard to describe without just spilling it all out
That
there.
makes
No,
complete
yeah.
sense, brother.
100%.
Complete sense. I mean, that's phenomenal, and it's a great song. I mean, it's the very first single that you've had in how long?
What, 9 years? Something like
The
that?
6 years, I
6 years.
think. Yeah.
6 years.
Well, we didn't have any singles. We did an EP in 2020,
Yeah.
but I don't think we actually released any singles off of that. That was
Yeah.
just something I put out in some with my buddies.
Oh, that's awesome, man. And for you to be able to do that and it sound as good as what it does, it's like you've been doing it every year forever. I mean, how does that happen? I mean, we're musicians too, but to music is 100% an art.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, it's a,
And sometimes it feels like you're on the bike and then you get off the bike. It's hard to be able to learn how to ride the bike again, But how was it so great for you all to come back in and have a amazing song like that?
As with most of our career, I gotta say a lot of it has been right place, right time, right motivation. I think as we've gotten older, we took some time off from doing any writing, any touring, anything, and I started working in restaurants again. I became a kitchen manager. I was
Wow.
working 60, 70 hours a week with my chef coat on, running the line, something I love to do. But I also had a battle with melanoma. I found out I had skin cancer, and I was like, right on. Well, guess what? I'm not going to dedicate 60, 70 hours a week of my life to this when I don't know, I don't know what life is,
Exactly.
So like, and luckily it was all taken care of. I had it removed, but it definitely opened my eyes to like what we give our energy to, what we give our life to. It's like every day is precious, and we get complacent, and it's easy to just be like, well, this is just what I do now. I'm gonna go do this, and I'm gonna go live this way, and
Yep.
and I don't think life gives us the opportunity to truly ever be complacent for long. At least not in my case. So I got a little eye opener there with the health scare, and then John came to me and said, "What are we doing? Let's go make some music." So we
Hell
got
yeah.
back after it, and honestly, I've never stopped writing. I've slowed down. There's periods where I don't really write as much, but I've also always been an organic writer. I don't set a time to come in here and focus on this or that. If I'm not feeling it, I'm not feeling it. And there's been some times where I was not feeling it for a very long time. So, but I'm old school. I got everything written down in notebooks all over my house, and
Yeah.
you know, I get as technological as a voice memo to myself
Yes,
to remember
yes.
some ideas, but. Yeah, so for me, the writing process has not really changed. It's really, I've just kind of not ever forced it. And I've been fortunate enough to, I feel like I write better when I'm in the darkest places, if that makes any sense.
It
I
makes
feel like
100%.
I can reach for the most inspiration when I actually need it. You know, I need to feel like a life force again. So music definitely brings me back to that way of thinking and approaching every day of like trying to be grateful in other situations where I wouldn't normally be grateful.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a total mindscape that you have to be in when you for me especially the darkest deepest places that I can possibly be in. That's when my creativity comes out.
Oh yeah.
That's when it's the real stuff. You know what I mean? And I think about bands like Alice in Chains with Lane Staley,
Hmm.
and how he was so deep into drugs and heroin
Oh
and
yeah.
and you know, but and I don't wish that upon anybody.
Mm.
Anybody. But it sounds bad me saying we got some of the best music
Oh
that
my
has ever
gosh.
come out ever.
Oh my
And
gosh.
and
Yeah.
but it's real. It's real music. It's real emotion, real feeling uh and that's to me that's the best kind of
Yeah.
music when it's real raw emotion and I feel that. I feel that with your music.
Yeah. Paul, I mean, that's what kids are yearning for today. And we've seen that numerous times, with Primer 55 even.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had multiple talks with them, but it's like the kids today are yearning for that emotion and that realness that I
That
just
that
don't think that has been around for a
Yeah,
while.
because
I
I
mean, to be
mean,
honest.
when we were kids, we had it.
Hmm.
When we were kids, we had it, and then we had the shift in the music atmosphere, and it became very, very bland, very
Poppy,
poppy, very
I love
superficial,
Poppy. Go Poppy. I do love Poppy. Go ahead.
very superficial. I don't know. You got kids that are like, I don't really know the lyrics, but this has got a cool beat to it.
Hmm.
But there's so many kids out there right now that are yearning and that are living through the same kind of things that we live through, that are angsty, that are depressed. They have that emotion, and they're looking for music that can fill that void
Oh yeah.
inside themselves.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Uh,
for me, I look at like music is therapy for me. So at every one of our live shows, I always thank the crowd. I'm like, thanks for showing up to my therapy session tonight. Like, not another job in the world where I can go and scream at the top of my lungs with the most real anger and intense emotion, and then I can go sing in the same breath, and people are like, they're there for it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So it's to me, I can every time I scream the lyrics, I'm in that place again. You know, I'm able to go back and like this helps remind me of the times that I had to dig out of. So like
wow.
my music, it's always about overcoming some obstacle or some adversity, but it's because that's what I needed to be told in those situations. It's like I needed somebody to tell me, "Hey, you're going to be good. It's going to be all right. Just
yeah.
keep your head down, keep working, keep working." So I feel like I project a lot in the lyrics of like what I would need at that younger version of myself. You know what I mean? Like that angsty teenager is still here, you know.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know from all my years of partying, I definitely stunted my own mental growth and like, and emotionally too, you know what I
Me
mean? So
too.
it's
Yeah,
like,
we
I
all
still feel
have.
like I still think I'm a 20-year-old kid in my brain.
Yes.
And when we take the stage, I'm like, my brain's like, yeah, dude, go do that backflip, you know? And like, my body's like, I will kill you if you attempt that, you know what I mean? So,
Literally.
yeah, I mean, that's it. We played Aftershock last year in California, and for some reason, I thought I was going to be funny, and I was out in the crowd, and when I got back on the stage, I went and I was just going to like jokingly like kind of roll on my back, but I didn't roll. I trust falled myself and I bounced. There's a video. We had a guy taking a bunch of content for us, and there's just a video of me just bouncing off this
Uh,
stage.
I gotta watch that.
Yeah, and I couldn't remember the next day. I told my wife, I'm like, man, my back is really hurting me today. I don't know what I did. And she's like, you don't know what you did? And she showed me the video, and I was like, oh yeah, like the adrenaline was
Yeah.
just pumping so hard at that time. You
At
know,
that solo
I had
trust fall.
no
No
remembrance.
care. Yeah.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
adrenaline's pumping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the melanoma, man. I mean, you know, this is an individual here that, and well, all of us, we're very, very passionate about men's mental health. Very passionate about that. A lot of people don't see it the way that we see it, um, as important as what it is, but it is very important. And I know that whenever you got told that, and whenever you went through your hiatus, I guess you could say, how'd you get out of it? Number one, how'd you feel about it? Whenever you first heard about it, how'd you feel about it, man? Because I'm telling you right now, it's probably the same way that a lot of us have felt at some certain time. So,
Yeah, I mean, I felt super alone. I felt a lot of negative emotions at that time. Like I had taken my wife to the airport. She was flying out to visit her daughter. So I dropped her at the airport and I was like, I had my appointment. Um, I'm not a doctor guy. I'm not a like I'm a rub some dirt on it kind of dude.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm a walk it off kind of fella.
Yeah.
So I'm traumatized when I was younger. I'm terrified of needles. I'm covered in tattoos. So every doctor that I tell, I'm like, I have a needle phobia. They're like, yeah, right. I'm like, dude, it's a whole
Different.
different vibe. You know what I mean?
Different,
So,
to
dude.
completely, yes.
so
One's
yeah, I don't
therapy
go to
and
the
one's
doctor at
not.
all, but I had a freckle. My mom's redheaded, so I'm freckled out, you know, and I had a freckle that's on my chest, but it's right where my chin would touch if I looked down. So I never noticed it. I never saw it. And one day my wife was like, "Man, you need to go get that looked at." I was like, "Right, yeah, because you know me, I'm going to go to the doctor." So she talked me into it a couple times, and I took her to the airport, and I went to the doctor, showed her the spot, and was getting ready to put my shirt back on and be like, "See, I told you, what a waste of time." And she said, "All right, well, I'm gonna need to take a little closer look at that, but I'm like 99% sure that's melanoma." And I was like, "Wait, what?
Oh my
You know,
gosh.
I'm sorry." And she wasn't like being cold or anything
Sure.
about it. I was just so I'm one of those guys where I feel like I can will anything into existence. So I'm just like, I think it's not, therefore it's not. And I was off base on this one. So she had a good bedside manner. She was a nice lady. But yeah, and then my wife now is on a flight with her phone off, and I'm just sitting there in this doctor's office with my shirt off, going like, all right, like
Oh gosh.
it's a brave new world. It's 2025. We'll be all right. We're gonna be all right. And then just no clue as to like I said, I don't like doctors, so knowing that there was gonna have to be more and more of them in my future, I was like, oh man. So yeah, so luckily she got me to look at it and go get it checked out because
Oh yeah.
had it not been for her, I never would have even gone to the doctor. So
Yeah.
who
Props to your
knows?
wife.
Yeah, she's a gangster for
Hell
sure.
yeah.
Hell yeah. That's great though.
Holy shit.
That's awesome that,
Yeah,
that they
that's-
took care of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Oh
it's
yeah.
just the simple fact of somebody saying to you, okay, Paul, there's a chance today that your mind is going to completely change from, hey, I'm good, I'm looking at the future, to there is no future,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm scared. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I
definitely.
mean, Listen, again, I've been through it, and I'm telling you, there's no worst feeling in the world to think that you have zero control over something, even though you manifest yourself exactly what you said, and that's what I always did too, was just manifest. I'm fine. I mean, hell, I'm not going to a doctor because I don't want them to tell me what's wrong with me. you know.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, if I don't know, I'm just gonna keep on going.
Yeah.
Because as soon as I know something's up, I'm like, oh yeah, you know what? My hip is going out. You know what I'm saying? So like, if we just pretend that that's just what it feels like to be 44, then that's what it feels like to be
Yeah.
44.
Yeah.
I don't need to pay somebody to tell me I'm falling apart, man. I
No.
knew that when I woke up today. I'll know it tomorrow morning too.
Yeah,
So.
that's the
Luckily,
truth.
my wife is awesome, and she got me out of my comfort zone to go get that checked out. So now I'm paying a lot more attention to all the grunts and groans.
Oh
Oh
I,
yeah.
yeah.
I like I said, my brain still thinks I'm 20. So when I go on stage, I kind of black out, and it's not from drinking anymore. Like I said, I'm 7 years sober, but uh,
Congratulations.
Congrats, brother.
thank you, man.
Yeah.
In my not 7 years, I did my work though, my friends. I assure you, I held my own. But yeah, now my brain still thinks I'm 20, so I go out on stage and I kind of just black out from the like that's like my happy place. That's like my zen is just to go out. I kind of once I hear the intro start, I kind of like cartoon float across the stage and I'm like, here we go, and it's game
Oh
on.
shit!
So I don't know what's going on half the time. Like one of my new members, after probably his second show, he came up to me and was like, "So, man, am I doing okay?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't know. I'm
I ain't
not.
got a damn clue.
I hope you are, man. Like I'm over here in Paul land, man. I'm sorry, dude. I'm not. The auditions are over, dog. You got the job."
Shit, that's great.
That is amazing.
Uh,
That's amazing.
oh my
And
god.
so I've got to ask that. I've got to ask that because I mean we're drinkers. I mean we drink. We've drank for God knows when, but we've cut back a lot.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
good job. Um, but whenever I know whenever you're an alcoholic or something like that, you you say, okay, these things right here I cannot do unless I'm drinking. You know what I'm saying? I can't go out on stage unless I'm drinking. I can't grill unless I'm drinking. I cannot have a phone conversation at night unless I'm drinking or whatever. So, I still see the passion out of you, which is insane that you still have that the way that you do. So, how did you figure out that, hey, I'm going to still have the same passion without this alcohol and probably even more passion? I mean, was it hard for you to do that, man?
Yeah, because I didn't know that that was going to be the case. I didn't know I was going to be sitting here 7 years later uh, on the right side of things. Because to me, I never really had a problem. I was always I wasn't the all day every day guy. I was the once you pop, you can't stop kind of dude. You know what I mean? So like I'll go a couple weeks, a month, a couple months without having a drink. But if we're having a drink, we're having all the drinks, and then we're
Uh
gonna go
huh.
to your friend's house. We're gonna have all their drinks. We're gonna go to the place that doesn't close, and then we're gonna keep it open. So that I was just a binger. I always felt like the life of the party in those moments. But I
Yep.
look back now in my sobriety and in conversations with people that were there in those moments with me, and I realized that I was the only one having fun in a lot of those stories. So, I'm like, dude, remember it was so cool? And they were like, it was not cool. You thought it was cool. You weren't the one having to be dragged out, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Like you tackled that guy and he was just doing, I'm like, oh, I tackled that guy, so like to me in my brain, it's like it'll be hilarious if I tackle this guy
yeah.
and people will laugh. But like the guy didn't deserve it, and I didn't tell anybody I was gonna do it. I was just walking along, and this is like when I realized that I got to start every day with an apology to my best friends. Like
Oh yeah.
because
Yeah,
the guys in the band, man, that you can't replace that
No.
love and that camaraderie and that brotherhood. And I was a nightly train wreck, but I was having so much fun. I got a record deal at 19 years old and started touring the world with my best friends.
That's insane.
You couldn't tell me nothing.
Oh yeah.
So when you told me I could get free booze every night, we're getting free booze every night. Let's go
Every
do
night.
that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So and then we toured with bands like Hinder, who were like just off the charts. There's so many bands out there that just were like party bands,
Oh yeah.
and well, we held our own in those circles. So I look back now and I'm happy. My dad always says every day above ground's a good day, so I like try to live by that mantra.
Yep.
There's plenty of days I should not have gotten up, but the good Lord wasn't ready for me yet. So I
Yeah.
decided I'm gonna stick it out a little bit longer, and it makes it easier when I'm gonna have the clarity and I don't have to start every day with an apology.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yep. I've been through that. That's for sure. And so, man, you're an inspiration on that. And everybody out there listening, whenever we do post this, which is not live, but everybody out there listening, if you have a problem, talk about it. You're not alone.
Yeah.
You're not alone. And a lot of guys think that they are, all day long. I mean, just like what you said. I mean, Paul, you're a rock star, brother. I mean, you're a rock star. Exactly what you said. I mean, 19 years old, get signed. You're playing with your best friends. I mean, who else who would not want that? I mean, I have no idea. But you have everything thrown at you too, and that's drugs, alcohol, everything in the world that you shouldn't do is there, and for you to be able to say, I'm good today, man, that's a big deal.
It's a huge deal.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, because then a lot of people don't realize this too. You think sobriety is such a good thing, everything's puppies and rainbows and sunshine, and it's like it's not. All the things that made me drink still exist, but I at least know now that I have the tools I need to deal with it, to
Yep.
just not avoid, because eventually you run out of directions to turn. If you're entombed by all these things that have been consuming you in a negative way, then you can't outrun it forever. And I tell you, I tried, because I used to say, you can't get a hangover if you stay drunk. So like, I'm not ever trying. I'm not trying to like face anything in those moments.
Yeah.
Now it's like life's not easier. It's
Oh, yeah.
not. It's and getting on stage, it's mortifying. Forgot how much I relied on that character that I created, that
Mm-hmm.
psycho dude that would get up there and scream and eye rolls and throwing it all out on the line. And then now I get up there sober and it's like, hey, come on, Red Bull, come on, Red Bull. So
Hell
it's
yeah.
it's a different type of motivation now than before. Before I had such a stellar autopilot, I could go out there and do the job, but now it's like I got to pay attention to every little detail, and I want to make sure that we're we never know when our last show is going to be. So
Yeah.
I want to play every opportunity I get to my fullest capabilities, and just save enough to make it to the next one.
That's awesome.
Man, that's so awesome. That is such an awesome story.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest. I mean, it's such an awesome story, and again, for you to be able to do that is just phenomenal to me.
Oh yeah.
It's phenomenal to a lot of people that you can do that, and a lot of people say, fuck it, I'm going to do what I want to do."
Yeah.
And that's just all there is to it. But at the end of the day, man, you got one life to live.
That's
Let's
right.
figure out how to live it without having
Yeah.
everything. And at the end of the day, which you tell me if you agree with this, Paul, and I'm going to say something that's a little controversial here, and that's okay. But this is how I feel, and this is what I've learned. Is since I was a child, it's always been, addiction runs in your family. Addiction is in your genes. Blah 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 blah. I truly, truly, truly feel now today that addiction is literally unfixed mental health.
You think so?
I really do.
Yeah.
And I really do. And here's why.
Okay.
So once I went to the therapist and went to the psychiatrist and things like that and figured out, okay, I've got this, and this, and I got, my therapy to cope with it, to your point, Paul, and things like this. Then once I had that, then I went from 30 beers a night to six.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I truly do believe that everybody that actually is addicted, I mean, yes, you can get addicted by doing things that you shouldn't do and saying, I'm just going to keep on doing this because it makes me feel good. But to actually have an addictive personality, I
Yeah.
truly do believe that it has to be
I do
something
believe
in your brain
I,
that's not fixed.
I do believe that there are underlying issues.
There has to be.
There's underlying issues in the fact that a childhood can be terrible. That something could have happened to you that traumatized you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different reasons, but yeah, and you're looking for something to just escape,
Yeah.
and it ends up becoming more than just an
Yeah.
escape, and it becomes
At the end of the
life.
day, it's the enemy.
Yeah, it
At
is.
the end of the day, so
Yeah.
What do you
uh,
think too? Also, addiction itself is like it's a byproduct of the emotional damage from previous stuff. Like I even today, like I'm just an addict in general. So for me, I'm 100 miles an hour or nothing in every aspect of my life. I got into collecting sports cards because my wife bought one pack of sports cards at Walmart. I now have a multi-thousand-dollar card collection, and I
Wow.
don't even know where it is. It's probably in here somewhere. So like,
we'll
yeah, I
say,
gave up all the booze and all the drugs and all the good stuff. I gave up on that, which is the best decision I've ever made. But now I just my addiction, my hyper focus, whatever it just shifts, and I just have to try to keep it on a positive course
Yeah.
yes,
because I definitely, with my social anxieties and all the things that I have, but the battles between the ears is like it definitely all ties in together. So I know, like, kind of the funny joke was always like, when you give up on drinking and drugs, it's either Jesus or the gym. You either turn into a holy man or you start pumping iron. So it's like, you know, you're
yep,
still an addict. You just need something else to fill that spot. And if
Yeah.
you can
yep,
try to find something positive, whether it be a renewed faith in something, or taking care of your health, because the brain's a muscle, man. And it's
Yep.
it's a wild thing. I'm so like just truly, like, I admire the brain. I like It's crazy to
oh
me,
yeah,
like what can happen. You hear stories about somebody getting hit in the head, getting a coma, waking up speaking a different language.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. I know that's not like a common occurrence, but you think about the kind of stuff that, like, the brain has to deal with and trauma responses and things like that. Like, it's very intriguing to wonder how we all function to be alive day to day,
Yes.
how we
Yeah.
haven't just
it's huge.
all walked off the edge of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have to ask you this, okay? Because I'm the same way. You tell me take this shit out if I need to take it out, okay? But my friend Paul, do you have ADHD like I do?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
absolutely.
Yeah, I
And
got a ADHD mixed with a little bit of autism, and it's not the Nepo kind, it's
Yeah.
the awe kind.
The
So
awe. Yeah.
yeah, but I'm good with it. I think it's shaped a lot of who I am as an artist,
absolutely.
and it's given me the laser focus to sit in here and teach myself guitar whenever I decided I was going to learn guitar. Nothing else was relevant in my life.
Nothing,
I
Yeah.
was
nothing
locked
else.
in on that. And then, yeah, even to this day, like, I can be locked in and my wife will be talking to me and she'll just start saying random words because I'm locked on a weird sound. Maybe it's a weed eater outside. I have to see what that is. And I've forgotten that she's talking. And I'm the one that asked the initial question. I
Yeah.
asked the question.
I do the
She
same
starts
shit.
responding, and I hear a buzzing of some sort in the area, and I have to go inspect. She's
And
like,
then
"Cool, all right, I'll talk to you later."
Yeah.
Good talk.
she'll
Yeah.
say dog. cat,
mine-
and you're like, yeah.
My wife will start saying like pink elephants and like some crazy shit. And I
Right,
just don't even
exactly,
know.
exactly. Yep.
Yep.
And my auto responses are just locked in like weird. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's so crazy about that, man, about ADHD and shit like that? It's not just, I mean, ADHD is not just a learning disability, which a lot of people thought back in the day. I mean, it is emotional, man, and you are the hardest person on yourself no matter what. And then you get ADHD paralysis, you can do all these things. I mean, I have hyper focused on ADHD because I just got diagnosed last year, you know, and so I'm an adult, just got diagnosed, so I'm really looking still at my entire life up until this point, which is always a tough thing, but it is a real thing, and I mean it we're different than neurotypical people. I mean, that's just all there is to it. And it's the craziest thing. It could be a superpower in some sort of ways, and it can bring you to your knees.
It can be kryptonite.
A lot of other ways. Yeah.
Have you ever have you ever done the freeze up? You ever getting busted in the middle of a thought so deep that your whole body stops moving? You'd be on one foot in the kitchen just.
I do that shit
My
all the
wife
time.
asked not long ago. I was doing something and I was standing like this, and then whatever the thought was, I was just lost in it. She came in there and I was just froze up, like half bent over. And this is she's only caught me a couple times, but I catch myself, and it's enough to make me laugh out loud to be like, all right, dude, way to go, man. Luckily, I'm not driving the car in those moments.
My wife showed me that she stopped me and she said, "Dustin, what the hell are you doing?" And I don't answer her, and she says, "Dustin, what the hell are you doing?" And I look over, and I said, "What are you talking about?" And she said, "You're standing like this." Mid walk, you know. I mean that stuff really, really happens, and there's so many times that I walk into a room and I'm like, why did I come in here?
For me, it's literally I'm going to do something. I have something that I have to do. A thought pops in my head. I want to think more about that thought, whatever it is, whether it's something I got to do later or something I'm excited about, and it's like what he said. It's like I just freeze up and I'm just and I'm just standing there thinking about the thing that I want to think about, and I just look like a complete
Fatty.
imbecile.
Next time you see Derek doing that, give him a big backhand slap. Let's see how that goes.
You're like, what the fuck, man?
What's going on?
But I seriously, I need to talk to you more in depth about that sometime, because I'm telling you, it's a new thing for me, and I'm still whatever about it. It really explains why I'm as creative as what I am and why I want that dopamine right now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it explains a lot of that shit. But you know, back in the day, hell, if we were cavemen, it'd be awesome. Why? Because we'd be head on a swivel all the damn time, and we're not happy unless we're killing something for our family. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come here, mammoth. Bam, you know.
Bam, there's guns.
Oh, well, that was
Caveman
a
guns.
slingshot.
Yeah, dude, look it up. Look it up.
Slingshot.
More like,
Bam.
yeah.
Yeah, the Dino Blasters, dude.
but we'd have been the baddest people in the world back then, you know. But now it's just a thing, and so it is what it is. But truly do appreciate that, man. I appreciate you bringing it up, and means the world to me, and probably a bunch of other people that you brought that up. So I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
man, I'm super big into people finding out who they really are for themselves, and I think that's in every aspect. And I think mental health across the board is it's overlooked in a way of it's like it's not that it's okay, it's not that bad, but like even if it's like the simple letter diagnosis, everybody has something now these days. They have some form of something, and everybody's got their like Sarah McLachlan commercials, playing sad music, and yeah. Like my dog's looking for a treat, you know what I'm saying? Just like You would think that was the end of the world, but everybody's got their hill to die on these days, so it makes it a lot harder, and it cheapens. It kind of cheapens the value of what people really struggle with, like
Oh yeah.
like ADHD or you got this, and like when I was a kid, I was diagnosed with petit mal seizures, but I think that's just the precursor to ADHD, because my mom would say, like, like we were just discussing, when I was a child, she would be talking to me and she said I would just look up and away and I was gone.
Oh
Like
yeah.
you could snap, you could clap, and I was on another planet. I was
Yeah.
not on this realm.
Yep.
So
Yep.
they assumed it was seizures, like I was just, turning off for a second.
Yeah.
I started playing soccer, same thing. I'd just be on the soccer field and just statued up. So now it's like we get older and it's like, oh, it's symptoms of ADHD, it's
Yep.
this, it's that. It's like, oh, okay. Well, then it makes it a little bit more palatable to go, okay, well, this is a little bit more common, but I think with it being so common now, it like takes a little bit of the sting out of it. Where I know, as if I have something that's bothering me, it bothers me to my core. Like I don't have the ability to just brush anything off.
Yep.
I'm not good in traffic, you know what I mean? I'm just like not. I just pretty much stay here at the house as much as humanly possible, just
Get the hell
to
out of my way.
avoid erupting.
Yeah.
No, we're 100% on that.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean, I'll
definitely.
tell you, whenever I feel like that somebody's disrespected me in a way to where I feel less than or incompetent, it does not leave my brain. I mean, it takes a
Mhm.
long time for it to leave my brain, and then you start overthinking that and start thinking about who else seen that. Somebody said something the other day that I that I read, which was the is the best way I've ever seen reactive. What is it? Reactive sensitivity disorder,
Yeah.
or something like that.
That sounds right.
Yeah. Okay. RSD. Whenever they were explaining that as a therapist or a psychiatrist or something, but she said RSD. If you're neurotypical and you don't understand, RSD is about you are in an auditorium, a huge auditorium, and everybody that you've ever known in your life, whether that's good, that's bad people, whatever, everybody you've ever known is sitting in those seats. And there's a projector up front, and it shows everything you've ever done bad in your life. That's what RSD feels like, because everybody just seen that. And that was the biggest aha moment to me that I've ever heard. I mean, do you, do you feel that? I mean, do you understand that yourself?
Yeah,
Or
yeah, for sure.
mm-hmm.
I'm the kind of guy, like I'm reactive. Like I don't go to haunted houses. You know what I'm saying? I
Mm-hmm.
don't. It's not. And then like my wife is a Halloween nerd. She loves it to death. Favorite. We got married in October,
Yeah.
but I'm the dude that holds her fanny pack while she rolls through the haunted house. I'm gonna chill out here. I'm gonna watch the perimeter, because I'm the kind of person where, like, if I get a jump scare of any kind, I'm just swinging. And
Yeah.
it's like I'm gonna feel real bad because it's not a controllable thing for me. So I just take myself out of the scenario. But you know, I feel like what you're saying too earlier is like, it's that clear syndrome. It's like that ghost thing where it's like inability to hide, the inability to protect yourself emotionally. It just makes you feel so vulnerable and empty, and it's a hard pill to swallow. And I know, especially for a lot of men, you're supposed to be macho and and,
Yeah.
and
Oh yeah.
carry the big bravado and have the biggest stick. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
when you're not and you feel vulnerable in those scenarios, it can be really emasculating, and it could make you feel all kinds of way about people that you otherwise would be totally cool to hang out with.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
Hmm.
I've already assessed every possible scenario before I've walked to go check the mail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not.
That's
I'm
me,
not. It's
dude.
not.
That's me.
It's not just hitting the mailbox, dude.
Yep.
It's like
Yep.
there's so many variables to it, and
Yep.
it's why it takes me so much to get anything done, it seems. But when I'm on task, I'm on task. I'll fly
Yep.
through it. I'll get it done.
If it's something you like to do, yes.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how I am.
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely. Day in and day out. If it's something that I want to do, and I'm not really dreading it, then yeah, I'm going to get it done.
Yep.
100%. So man, like,
Piss myself.
do what?
I'm about to pee on myself. Give me just 1 second. Sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I have a small bladder. Okay.
You can go ahead there.
Maybe a prostate issue. Not sure. Okay. But I do
Hey.
have to pee. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go to that
Yeah,
doctor,
do
dude.
you do your thing, bro. I had to drive to Nashville. I had to pull over 22 times, bro. Don't worry about me. You do you, bro.
Oh my god, shit. Well, damn. Now I feel like I need to take a piss.
Well,
You need to get some bathroom sponsors on the
Yeah, for
podcast.
real.
damn.
Get
Porta
some like
potty.
rock roost urinal cakes or something.
Shit, yeah.
Get this bathroom break provided by.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Just
god.
drop them in the random wherever your nightclubs you hit up. Just go drop them in there, free of charge.
Yeah. Shit, yeah.
Oh god. Well, he's gone to do his thing, but here I am. So, so I you did Aftershock last year, right?
Mhm.
Louder Than Life this year.
No, I mean we never got the phone call, so we got
Oh.
rained out last year. We were on the bill, and we were one of 3 bands that got rained out and not rescheduled.
Yeah, I thought that it was a rescheduling thing. Well,
We were hoping that they were going to reschedule us this year and do that, but we changed agents in the middle of all this too. So I don't
okay.
know if the business world red tape had anything to do with
Yeah.
changing of the guard.
So we're Kentucky boys. So I mean, that's the show for us.
Yeah.
Is there plans for more widespread touring this year or?
Yeah, we're going out with Powerman 5000 in May.
Hell
and
yeah.
it's called Makes My Blood Dance.
Yeah, we saw them with Primer 55 on this last leg of theirs.
Yeah, I heard they're really good. They're a really good high energy band. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. I always like bands that go for it.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm old, but I'm still gonna try to, I'm still gonna try to get weird.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, what's the point? So
Right.
I mean, the album. You want to talk about the album? Do you want to?
Yeah. So we just put out the first single. It's called Golden Child. Love that. I'm stoked about that. We have our next single coming out Tuesday, the 24th.
Oh hell yeah!
So I can't say what the name of the song is, but I can tell you we have a music video that's pretty cool. I got to play like multiple versions of myself, so it was kind of a cool little concept there.
Like Master of Disguise type shit.
Master of
Yeah,
Disguise.
well, kind of, yeah, man. Like wardrobe changes and everything,
Oh,
I didn't have
that's
time for the full disguises, but
Wow.
yeah, it was kind of a cool concept. And we have a featured vocalist. Her name is Lyric Noel. She's been on a couple of things. She's just released an album with Judge and Jury as well,
Oh, yeah?
as far as releasing music. So she sings on this song with me, and I'm super stoked for it to come out Tuesday.
That's awesome, dude. I can't wait to hear that.
Oh shit!
So-
Coming out Tuesday. You got to tell me what's going on.
A new single Tuesday. He can't name it yet, but
Ah.
but there's a video coming out, and he says it's
Master,
awesome.
yeah.
so.
He gets to play multiple versions of himself, so
Yeah.
I'm excited to see that.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's going to be crazy. So, also the judge and jury thing, like how has that been transitioning over to them?
Well, it's actually fantastic. We've had a handful of record deals over our 25-year career, and obviously Howard Benson is just a legendary producer. So
Oh yeah.
we got the phone call from our buddy Bobby, singer for Saliva, and he said, "Hey, we're doing some deals with some artists, and we're looking, and I want to work with you." So he put me in touch with everybody, Judge and Jury, and we signed on to do these first 2 songs. and it's been great. I mean, I got to fly out and go to Howard Benson's house and record in his home studio. And
Awesome.
when I got there, I was like, it's really crazy to me that after all these years, we're finally working together. But I said, my home studio at my house, I use the Howard Benson vocal plugins for all my recording. And
Yep.
he's like, that's exactly what we use here, but I bet I have a better mic. And I was like, yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure Howard Benson's got better mic than the one my drummer let me borrow 10 years ago. I forgot that he lent to me.
Yeah.
But, it's
Yeah.
all cool. I got to go work at his house. And so now every time I'm here recording, I see like the names of the, the settings and the presets and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I got to work with Mike. I got to work with Hatch. It's just like it's a cool little feeling to know that I got to work with some people that were just so professional. And I walked right in. We had a little bit of conversation, jumped right in the booth. We knocked out 2 songs, and it was just a very nice experience. I wasn't like overwhelmed. He made it very comfortable, him and the entire team. So we're stoked to see this next one hit everybody's ear holes.
Yeah, I'm stoked for it myself.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
ready.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Bobby from Saliva, that he started out doing YouTube and stuff with his daughter, didn't he?
Yeah,
Like,
Veda.
yeah, they are that was an awesome era of whenever they used to just come out with stuff constantly.
I had no idea that was the guy.
Oh yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember watching them, and I think it was like God, it was
Oh,
like
yeah.
4 or 5 years ago, and
Oh, yeah.
they've done nothing but get better and better and better as times went.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they did a version of the Evanescence song that I've talked to Bobby, so I think I might lend a little bit of vocal tracks and jump on a little
Damn,
feature with them and see if we can't
Nice.
do that.
Wow.
that'd be
Nice.
awesome.
Hell yeah.
That'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's super talented, man.
Hell yeah.
Bobby. He's the guy. He plays everything. He plays every instrument. He's a drummer for Burn Season. Had his band Amaru, and then does all the Saliva. So he does it all. So it's cool to see it in the family and see them working together. And she's putting out music left and right these days. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's
that's
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
So let me ask you this, okay? I mean, I'm sure you've been asked this by God, beautiful million times, right? But so Evanescence, you sang in "Bring Me to Life," which is a phenomenal song. It's a staple of the 2000s, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And that's such a epic thing that you did. How did that come about, and why did you say yes? I mean, and how do you feel about it today? You know.
Well, we were on the same record label. We had already put out our first album, the self-titled record, and we were at a meeting at Wind Up Records, which we were signed to, and they were showing. We were all over the place having meetings, and we went into the president of the label's office, and he was showing us a bunch of new artists that they were talking with, and just kind of getting a feel from us, I guess. And they showed us the Bring Me to Life demo, and they were talking about, this is 2002. So he's like, we're going to go get Jacoby. We're going to get Mike Shinoda. They're just talking about all these big rap rock guys. Then I sat there and I was listening to the song and I was like, man, it's cool. It's unique. It's like, it's nice that there's like this heavy female fronted. I mean, there was already Lacuna Coil and,
Yeah.
and some
Oh,
of the
yeah.
bands, but I just thought Amy had such a cool vibe. And so I just let him finish talking, and then I just jokingly said, well, if you can't find anybody famous to do it, I'll do it. And it was like, one of those, like, we just kind of laughed it off moments. But I think because it was their first single off their first record, they didn't really have an established name yet or brand. I don't think some of the bigger names, I think it was harder for them to accept the role. So I don't know how it trickled downhill. I'm not gonna ever complain about it. But I did get a phone call a few weeks later, and it was the label saying, "Hey, were you serious? Would you be interested in doing the song?" And I was like, "Absolutely! It's so different from what I already do, and I love seeing other people's creative process." And I astoundingly said yes. I was like, "Yes, let's do it." And so I literally got off the bus when I hung up the phone. We were loading the bus to go on tour Seven Dust, and I got my luggage off the bus and went to the airport, flew to Los Angeles, got to the studio at like 11 o'clock at night, went in, heard the new mix of the song, did my parts in like an hour and a half or so, went and slept for 2 hours, got on a red eye back to meet up with the tour for Seven Dust. And it was just like a up and down, in and out, you're gonna be there. And then 3 weeks later, we were shooting a music video in Romania, and we were making appearances on the Jay Leno show. And I
Wow.
didn't know what was happening. It was like
I
I'd
wouldn't
already
either.
been through an album cycle with my band. I'm like, Jay Leno must have been off that day that we were supposed to be on here. So you get that kind of like, I've seen both sides of this tortilla, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I can like, so to me it was a wild thing, and I was so blindsided by like the enormity of it so quickly that I had no idea that there was tension between the band and the label
Mm-hmm.
about my part. So I'm just like the kid in the candy store that's like, this is awesome, dude. And
And they're like,
they're
yeah,
all like
okay.
behind me, knife fighting to the death, and I'm like, this is so cool. And then come to find out, like the band didn't initially want that part in the song. They felt that it was not part of the sound that they had, and I never knew. So imagine me, just licking the lollipop, walking through,
Hey.
La La Land, just living my
Diddle-diddle.
best life, and then finding out in like the worst way possible that like they didn't want my part on the song. So then I was like, oh, well,
Uh,
I wasn't, and then I became a villain in the eyes of the public because of the way certain interviews were worded.
Sure.
You can take everything out of context, and basically everyone's like, Amy just said that they hate Paul. Basically they just like, no, they didn't want the song, that part of the song, but no, they hate him. Like he's a terrible human. That's like how the it gets translated down the line where you're like, no one ever said they hated me. They just
Yeah.
like they didn't want that part in the song. It's like, what do you want me to do about it now? And so
ADHD.
for many
Bad.
years, it was a very sensitive subject with me on that song because I was like, I'm not the kind of person to just wiggle my way on through to the front of the line and be like, well, I'm here. I want to do this. Like,
yeah.
and they felt like their creative integrity was kind of being messed with. And I wanted nothing to do with that. But at that point, like,
What
we've
do you
already
do?
shot the music video. We're full speed ahead.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was for a long time. And then several years ago, Amy reached out to me and just said, I never realized the impact that our quarrel with the label had on you as the individual and not as the subject line of an email, where it's like, we don't want this in the song. Well, this is me.
Yep.
And whether it's a good part or a bad part, your principle is to not have the part in the song, right? So I don't want to tell you what to do with your own art. I would hope nobody feels the liberties to come in my room and tell me to turn my amp down. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
like, I'm
Absolutely.
not trying to step on your toes in any way, but she realized that by saying, "Hey, we didn't want this," and well, if you have to have a rapper, I guess we'll just have to have it. She never meant those things to harm me, and I think over time I kind of just started sticking up for myself in a lot of chat rooms.
Yeah.
People don't
Outstanding.
realize that like we all have the internet, dude. I can see every
Yeah.
time a new meme comes out, I'm tagged in it
Yep.
800 times. It's like, did you see this one? Yes, I saw it. I promise you, I saw it. And I get to the point now in my age where I'm like, don't talk about it, be about it. You're going to say some crazy mess about me, like you were in the room when it happened. I'll be the one to tell you you weren't there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sit
Yep.
down, let the adults talk. We'll be over here. We'll let you know when we're ready for you.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Go sit down.
yeah, just go sit down. The adults are having a conversation. You know what I mean? See you in a little while. But that's how I've always been. That's how I operate. I'm like painfully direct in the most awkward ways. I'm just like,
I love
I
it.
don't know how to sugarcoat things sometimes. So when I feel attacked or I feel like someone's coming after me as a person, I'm like, I'll give you my home address. We
Yeah.
could talk about it in person.
We can talk about it
I'm
out in
really
the
like
fucking
that.
yard. Come on.
I'm old school, dude. We can do it in the gravel, my friend. I don't care.
I'll meet you at the
I'm
Dollar
really
General.
like, yeah, exactly. But the thing is, I don't like to carry myself like that.
I
But
know.
I do have feelings. I'm a human being. So when I feel like something I did that I'm proud of, a lot of that pride is taken away by like the constant lashings of how dare you, you can't just let a female artist have her. I'm like, what? When did this turn into that? Like,
Wow.
what's happening, man? Like,
Wow.
I have two little sisters, a mom and a daughter. Like, I'm pro you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're good, man. I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes in any way. And I just instantly, I felt like I was just constantly fighting against invisible enemies, where it was like, okay, so don't listen to it then.
Yeah.
But then why, if that's the case, and I ruined the song, why has it been streamed on YouTube a billion with a B times?
Yeah.
B
Billion.
with a B. With a B. Fatty
Billion.
with a B.
Right.
Would it be?
Right. So it's like everybody that says Nickelback sucks. We know
Love
you're
Nickelback.
lying.
Yeah.
You know
Love it.
what? Everybody that saw Nickelback every night we were on tour with them knew every single word. $40,000 of pyro a night that they're blowing up in your faces.
Fucking
And you
love
go home and,
Nickelback.
oh, Nickelback sucks. You're a liar. You're lying to
Yeah.
yourself.
Kiss
You
my
know?
ass.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and now today I don't feel too terrible about a lot of the Evanescence banter.
Yeah.
So we can talk about this. I've had a lot of Jaeger out of that back in the day.
Oh man.
That
I
used to
learned
be
that
your.
trick from the old great late great Vinnie Paul. So
Oh nice.
Vinnie Paul.
Vinny.
Yes.
shot glass of choice
Yep.
right there.
Vinny. Derek, where you at?
Yeah.
There you
Vinny.
are.
I'm glad that she was mature enough later in life,
Oh, yeah.
to
Well,
come back and say that.
Yeah, I seen an interview with her, and she said for the longest time, she did not like the that there was a male person in there for the longest time, and she said, now I feel like that, and this is not verbatim, by the way, everybody, damn it, but that now. She says she couldn't understand the song without it. You know what I'm saying?
I've heard the song without Paul's parts, and it
Sounds
not,
like shit.
It's not the same song.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
No, but the thing is, like, you're right. Everybody's heard this song 8 million times. So to then take the part out, it doesn't do anything. But you're still singing. Like, whenever I saw them play a festival, there's been a couple of times where I've gotten to go out on stage with them and do the song as like a surprise guest. And we always wait. We don't do the first chorus. So like I'm over there hiding in the shadows with my microphone crouched down.
Yeah.
And I'm not singing the first chorus, but it doesn't matter. Those 20,000 kids out there, kids to adults, they're all singing "Wake Me Up."
Wake me up.
So
Yes.
they don't need me. They can take it out all they want, but you can't take it out of the minds. It's kind of been burned in there for a lot of people to a point where some people hate it. And then like I don't want to hear this song anymore. But yeah, that just means you've accomplished something there.
That's what I was fixing to say.
100%.
Whenever you start getting hate, which I mean, we've started getting a little bit of that on comments and things like that.
It's
That's whenever you know that, hey, by God, I made it.
And it's like
You're doing something.
Yeah, it's like manufactured hate too. Like what you were saying. Like it's coming out of nowhere.
Like Nickelback.
Like like people just making shit up. It's crazy. But
You know,
like I
you know
said,
why? Because algorithms target engagement. So if someone says something controversial and rage baits you, and all these people are like, "Why would you say that? That's ridiculous." It's just da, 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 da. Now we're talking. Now we're engaging. Now your page is blowing up because somebody came on and said something controversial.
Right.
And like like I said, I'll give you my address. We can talk about this in the street. I don't care. I'm him. But anyway, but now you get all these people where like they just know that about a person, and they go on and say something like, "Your music sucks," "I hate your haircut," or something. You're just like, and some people get so deep about it. You know what I mean? They start digging pretty deep, but it's called engagement farming. You know what I mean? They're out there planting little seeds to make everybody mad, and then those those people, like you'll see creators on TikTok that talk about it. They're like, I said one thing and I was kind of being stupid, but I got so much hate for it that now I'm getting paid by TikTok for these posts that are just infuriating people. So
Hmm.
it's like all the hate mail, just keep it coming.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You get paid to be hated on
yeah.
some
Well,
days.
I
So
mean, for instance, our largest post ever was a TikTok post about Dave Grohl, about the song. What's the song called? I'm sorry, I can't.
I'll be around.
I'll be around. Is about. I mean, he actually come out and said it's about Courtney Love. Which he has never admitted until now, and I mean, we got 100 and almost 200,000 views on the damn thing, and there's so many comments, and
Every single
fucking
one.
comment,
It-
just about,
yeah, 99% of them are negative.
is all negative. I mean, every one of them.
yeah,
But I mean,
but that you see, that's your highest viewed content.
it's exactly
It's
right.
the thing that it's like you'll see some artists do it, and I won't say who it is, but like think about the vaguest question you can come up with. Think about like a question a third grade teacher would ask their classroom to keep them busy for a few minutes,
I
right?
What's
love
your
this
Like
favorite
guy.
color?
I love this guy.
strawberry or grape jelly. And then all of a sudden people are like, I don't even like jelly, dude. And everybody's mad about everything.
Fuck
And now
jelly.
you're getting paid on content over jelly preferences. Zip up or pullover hoodie. Dude, that's a World War III starter right there. But that's what drives the views. It's not
Fatty, take
content
notes.
where you say, hey, I'm really worried about your mental health. And I think, if you need anything, those get 2 views.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But if you
yeah.
go in
Every
there
time.
and say some ridiculous off the wall stuff, man, you can really drive it. I don't have it in me to brand myself in that way
No.
Yep.
to target that. That's not what my goal is, but I'm smart enough to see it happen every day. It's like hammer turkey. It's like, oh dude, I'm just gonna flip my computer table, man.
Rotisserie chicken.
The,
Yeah.
Show
the
me that song you
masses,
were working on.
the
Show me
masses
something.
only want to hear
Controversy.
shit like that. Yeah,
Well,
they want to see controversy. Yeah, they want to see somebody say, "Turkey? Did you just say turkey? Do you understand that the turkey is a part of Thanksgiving, which means that they killed the Indians?" which
Well,
Oh yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
I really think that there is there's a subset of people that are like me, you, Fatty, Paul.
Yeah, most
We
people won't say nothing.
we're the people that want to see people succeed, and we want to actually engage positively with people, and then I really think it's an intelligence thing. I mean, I might get some hate because of that, but I think
Idiocracy.
yeah, I think
The
it's an
movie.
intelligence thing. I think that people that are more in tune with that. I'm not saying that I'm super smart or that I have a high IQ, but
I'm not saying I'm not. No.
That's right. I'm not saying I'm not 200 IQ.
Bill Nye, the science
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
Come on.
I really think that it has to do with a more bare bones, minimalistic type of attitude of way of thinking, and then you got people that want to lift people up. And when they want to lift people up, they want to see them do well.
Then you
and
got some people that want to watch garage fires.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, and I'll tell you this, and I'm sure, Paul. I know that you know this. With my job, I'm all over the place, and I see a lot of personalities, and whenever I look at myself, I truly care about people, and I truly care about their thoughts and their how they feel about things and things like that. But there are so many people in this world that just don't give a shit about how you feel at all. Have you seen that?
For me, you know what? It's like the thing that infuriates me the most about humans is that our inability to just be be a human, man. Just like
yes,
put yourself in somebody else's shoes for like 1 minute. There's a universal right and wrong, and whether every type of personality, every neighborhood, every country, we all grow up with different languages and different upbringings and different sets of standards based off maybe religion or something else.
yeah,
But we're all taught the universal right from wrong.
Yep.
Like, don't be a jerk, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, so, like, for me, the thing that will make me more mad than anything, cutting in front of me, or like, just simply like me holding a door and you
Yeah.
just roll on through there, like not even
Yes.
able to look up for me. It makes me want to headbutt someone.
Oh God,
Like,
yeah.
and live stream it. This is what happens. Run, tell your friends.
Yeah.
I don't.
You know, a big.
But the thing is, like, I
Appear-
become the thing that I'm mad about, right?
yeah.
Like, I'm mad that you didn't say thank you. It should be a selfless act on my part, right?
Yeah,
But like,
sure. But
I'm like, if someone holds the door for me, I'm like, thank you very much. I appreciate
Yes.
that. I even do that little get it up jog, Oh, let's not waste another second of your time. Let me jog on up there.
thank
Thank
you.
you. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like, I gave up my seat on the subway when I lived in New York to a little old lady that got on the subway. She rode for like a couple stops and she got up and got off the train. The seat stayed open for another stop. So I just went and sat back down. It was my seat originally.
Yeah.
I got cursed up and down by this lady saying that I'm a man, I shouldn't be sitting. And I was like,
Wow.
I gave the seat up. Like, what are you mad at me for?
Like
I
you
did the
apparently,
thing.
yeah, you apparently
I
weren't here for
just
the whole
literally
thing.
did the thing, So I'm like, no good deed goes unpunished,
Oh
I
yeah.
suppose.
Oh
I
no,
mean,
that's
like,
100%
100%.
right. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that a million times. I've seen it a million times. Well, myself, but I mean, that's
Yeah.
sad.
I
At the end
totally
of
I
the day.
totally agree with that. That I'm very self aware. So if I'm in the middle of an aisle at the grocery store and somebody's trying to come through, I immediately try to push everything over to the side so that these people can get through. Oh, I'm sorry. Here you go. There's a lot of people that aren't like that.
Oh no, most people will just say, "Oh well, there's somebody behind me."
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep
yeah.
reading the
Hey,
back of this
hey, who are you?
rice-a-roni
oh
here.
yeah, well, they just, my youngest dog thinks he's in the band. So
Oh,
anytime
okay.
anybody's over here, he's like between us and he'll pass out to the distortion. And then I got another one. He's 15 years old. So
Oh,
Yeah.
he's just, he's just the most amazing. He's like, wouldn't pee on you if you were on fire, most of the time. He
Yeah.
just is unbothered by the world, and
Yeah.
I strive to live like he does.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I say. One of these days, I'm going to be that old man that just hops out and don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Hopefully,
Yep.
one day.
Yeah. Well, we got one right here. He's a good old boy.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. So, one thing that I want to just say to you before we end this or whatever is, I want you to know the very first time that I ever crowd surfed in my life, okay, very first time was at Rock on the Range 2012. You were there, and I think you were right before or right after Lacuna Coil, I can't remember, but you played Adrenaline, and I crowd surfed to that, and that was the very first crowd surf I ever did, and that was, I mean, that's a moment for me, man,
yeah.
because I've crowd surfed a million times since then, but I was so amazed by your show at that time at Rock on the Range 2012 that I had to do that. I was like, Brandon, which was my boy who's there, I said, here, hold my wallet, hold my phone, hold my cigarettes. Okay, I need those back. I'll be right back. He said, what the hell are you doing? I said, don't you worry about it. I said, boys, lift me up. And I jumped on. But it was to Adrenaline. And I still have that song today. And I have a playlist today that's called Inspirational Playlist, and Adrenaline is on that, which is a very select few out of my 10,000 songs or whatever I got, but it's a very select few, and Adrenaline was very important to me, going through a lot of. I mean, again, I don't know what it's about. Okay, in all reality, I don't know what you made it about, but I know, to me, it really helped me through a lot of crazy things because my mental health didn't go insane until I was 20. Let's see, I'm 37 today, so I was like 23 then, or 24, or whatever it was. But or maybe even younger, I can't remember. But um, all my mental health things have happened since I've been an adult. You know what I'm saying? Since I've been 30 and above. And so I still listen to that today. I still just get this feeling of euphoria whenever I listen to it, and it makes me feel like I'm not alone. I'm not that person that's a terrible person and things like that. So I've got to tell you, you are a part of my brain for the rest of my life. I just have
Hey,
to tell
right
you
on.
that.
Right on.
Do you remember Rock on the Range 2012?
I remember that very well. I had a GoPro on my guitar.
Yep.
So I got a bunch of GoPro footage of like aiming the guitar down the line. And then I remember that was a time where I would always I still do this, but there's certain songs that like I jump out and go out into the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And this crowd was so big that I just kept going and kept going through the crowd. And I got to like three-quarters of the way back, and I noticed there was an all-female pit happening. It was like, and I was like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. And I was like, ladies, let's go, dude. And it literally, they just circle pitted me the whole time. It was fantastic. It was like I'd never seen that. Like
Yeah,
everybody was just together. And it was like ladies only. You know, all the guys were blocking the wall. It was pretty awesome. So
that is
yeah, I
awesome.
remember that very well. I was still drinking back then, so I drank about half a jar of apple pie moonshine right
Oh
before I
yeah.
went on there. Yeah, so I'm surprised I remember it, but I do. I
Well,
do.
you was phenomenal, my friend, and I'm
Thank
telling you,
you.
you was freaking phenomenal, and I will never forget it, ever forget it. You ever have that GoPro and you want to shoot me the video? You go ahead because
I
I
would
want to watch it.
I would love to see you.
I'm like
Yeah,
this.
dude. You know what? I'll have to see what I can dig up on that because I know we had a couple different angles on there. I'm sure I have it on a hard drive here somewhere, but I'll
That's
probably do a
awesome.
little digging.
That'd be awesome, man. Well, with that said, man, is we're so happy that you come on. You are such an inspiration to us and everybody else. I mean, in all reality, because of what you do and what you've done and how you've gotten through a lot of shit that, in all reality, a lot of people don't get through.
Yeah,
At
it's
at the
tough.
end of the day,
It's tough.
and so, man, we appreciate you more than you know. We're so excited to be able to put out this show, and
Ex-
thank you again for getting
Excited for
on.
the new music.
Oh God,
Yeah,
Oh
man.
my god.
yeah, we
We
want to
got some
hear
we
it.
got some we got some heaters coming down the pipe. So I
Yes.
got everything from like big open D tuning ballads to just drop B sharp. Just
Nice.
I'm
Yes,
writing crunchy riffs right now,
that's
so it's
me.
gonna
That's
be good.
awesome.
Nice.
Yes,
That's
I
awesome.
love it. I love it. Well, thanks so much, man. And um, okay, so now, Derek, do you want to say something?
I just want to say, Paul, you've been a great person to talk to. This
Right
whole
on, man. I appreciate it.
experience has just
Sure do,
been
man.
a
Appreciate y'all having me on, man.
yeah, it's been a pleasure. It really has.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So a couple things. One, whenever you come around Nashville, or if we go to Louder in Life, I've gotta holler at you. We've got to hang for a
Well,
few minutes anyway.
they're not going to Louder Than Life this year. That was last year and it
Oh,
got canceled. Remember?
oh shit, yeah, yeah. So you're not going this year?
No, we were trying to. I was told that if we got rained out, they would bump us to the another year, but
Yeah,
we changed agents in the middle of it, so I'm just feeling like my invitation to the prom must still be on the way.
you got to tell your agent, man, get my ass on there
Yeah.
because
Yeah, because we're on tour with Power Man at that time, and they're on it, and
Yeah.
I was like, well, we're already gonna be in the area, man. Let's just,
Yeah.
I'm gonna set up in the parking lot, me.
hell yeah,
Hell
Y'all
yeah.
gonna find me in the parking lot.
I
hell
mean,
yeah,
I don't understand why you wouldn't be there.
yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
just makes
That
it makes sense.
that has to happen. Everybody, that has to happen. But next time you're around, no matter what, man, at Louder in Life, Nashville, wherever, holler at us because we want to be able to hang for a few
I love
minutes.
coming to Nashville, man. I lived there for a couple years, and
Really?
yeah. I only moved back to Louisiana because the people that were renting my wife's house stopped renting my wife's house, but didn't stop staying in my wife's house.
Oh,
Oh, oh,
nice.
So yeah, so we had to come back and have some conversations that were not fun to have.
yeah.
But I loved in Nashville. We lived out there in Sylvan Park. I
Yep.
lived there. We moved in with a lady that had an Airbnb.
Mm-hmm.
She was renting out her basement, and my wife was going to music engineering school out there, SAE,
Yeah.
and she went out a month ahead of me and was staying with this awesome lady. And then the lady just said, "Well, why don't you just move in?" And so me, my wife, our two big old dogs moved into her basement apartment, and it was fantastic. Friends for life. She had two dogs, same ages, same size. It was pretty wild.
Yeah, that is
So yeah,
awesome.
I loved it. I would move back to Nashville in a millisecond.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nashville's our favorite spot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We live in Scottsville, Kentucky, which is right below Bowling Green, Kentucky. We live about 45
Yeah, it's about
minutes to an
45 minutes.
hour from Nashville. That's where we go to all of our shows at, and we have conversations and things like that. So
Oh yeah, I love it.
yeah, anytime you're around, man, we've gotta hang. You are like, you are like who we are. I mean, you've got the same personality, and we appreciate that. There's not many out there that do. So,
Yeah.
so we appreciate the hell out of that.